If you're getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, one of the first things you should do is go and adopt your new daughter. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. 3 copies. Or if this is the future and this gets limited or even banned, then however many copies accordingly. Semi-limited 2, limited 1, and if it's banned, then 0. Now, when I say this your new daughter, as in every time you leave the house, she's gonna ask to come with you. And most players will most of the time say yes, because this is one of the most versatile cards in the game that you can slot into pretty much any deck, because the actions that allows you to perform are things that can happen every single game. To quickly read it, I'm just going to read it. When a card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, as a quick effect, you can discard this card, negate that effect. Add a card from the deck to the hand, which includes drawing, searching, and any other effects that allow you to select from a set of cards. Special summon from the deck, or send a card from the deck to the graveyard, which also almost every deck does, and is also one of the most useful features in the game. You can only use this effect of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring once per turn. Now, that last bit is important to remember, because in effect, this effect is a 1-for-1 trade. You discard the card in order to prevent your opponent from doing any one of those particular actions. It is a single instance. It is a direct 1-for-1 trade. And for that reason, some modern decks are honestly able to just keep playing through it, and as such, the power of the card is actually weakened in the last few years. That said, it's still an extremely useful card. The main thing is you need to consider, a lot of players will basically auto include it in every single deck that they make, but you do to become a smarter and better player, you should consider okay, are there better options for what my deck actually wants to do? Are there alternatives? And even some decks will prefer it to others because of the other traits of the card. A thing you have to remember with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and how they work is, because there are so many different search effects in this game, cards can incidentally, because of traits that they have, monster effects because of traits, such as the fact that this one is fire, it is a level 3, it has 0 attack and 1800 defense, and it is a zombie, and it is a tuner. All of those different aspects may or may not enable it to be searched up by a specific card. And there are cards that exist there, I'm just not coming up with them off the top of my head. But this basically results in you have a way to search for your card that can do a 1-for-1 trade to prevent your opponent from essentially drawing a card or searching for whatever they need to. The main thing being, as your skill as a player grows, you will need to learn when is the best time to make that 1-for-1 trade. Because if you just do the first thing that they do, they could just be okay, I have this other thing in my hand, I don't care, I'm going to keep going. So basically you need to find the perfect point where you stopping this action can actually stop them in their tracks. And unfortunately, this card is just not always going to be able to do the job. That's why other similar kind of spells exist. This is not the only card like this. She also has her sisters, who may be more effective in particular situations, or maybe even would be worth replacing, depending on what deck you're playing, this with that card instead. And you can look online, look into Yu-Gi-Oh discussions to figure out exactly what cards I'm talking about, obviously. But yeah, no, this is a staple. Literally, there's a stat of like plus 90% of decks on Master Duel. So, and yeah, you can get a copy for like 3 copies, $3, no problem. This is also one of the most reprinted cards in the game. So, all right, yeah. If you want to talk Yu-Gi-Oh, I have other videos about Yu-Gi-Oh, or you can like hit me up on Discord. Y'all have a good one.